reason why I take my time and don't shoot everything out there to you guys about different businesses that I'm involved with, because everything ain't for everybody. Because it's like this: if everybody claiming that I'm not that sharp and I'm not that smart, then why should I give you guys my business plan? Why should I reveal my business plan? It's obvious. If I've been a multi-millionaire, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's 80 and 90 that's still making hundreds of millions and billions. But as soon as somebody black does it, their own people say, oh, he's broke. Listen, I got to where I got to focusing on Floyd Mayweather. That's how I got to becoming 50-0. Because my thing was always, I didn't care what nobody else was doing. I had to focus on me. And
after remaining quiet for several days, Floyd Mayweather has now responded to the claims about unpaid debts, financial problems, and tax trouble by posting multiple tweets before later joining Instagram Live, where he showed off his cash and expensive watches while talking to fans about the situation.
And made over $1 billion by the time I was 40. I think I made over, I think, 1.2 billion with no endorsement deals, independent. So it's obvious I got some type of remedy, or I know what I'm doing. So, but I don't want to reveal it to the world. I want everybody to think what
I want to make things clear, he said while holding stacks of cash and showing off several luxury watches. The accusations of fraud against me are totally fake and have no truth behind them.
I just want to show the people how I live on a daily basis. I just showed the 2 Rolls Royces, well, actually 3 cars that I bought. So I brought them out front, one of my houses. We like to call this house right here the Palace. As you can see, this right here is red.
Reports, you mentioned 100 million for Floyd. The reports are 130. First off, he's never gotten 100 million for a fight, not even remotely close. But there's reports of 130. Wow. There's reports online that Floyd's a billionaire. There's reports that he was the highest paid athlete in this year and this year and this, over Cristiano Ronaldo.
You think it's bullshit?
I know it is. And there's public companies they do business with. HBO would be one of them. Find an executive to back the claim. It's never happened and it won't be.
And how do you know it's bullshit?
He makes very good, because I know the fight business.
As he continued speaking, fans kept leaving comments, and one person who appeared annoyed by him showing off his wealth wrote, "Tell us if it is true or false, just confirm or deny it. There is no need to brag about it."
Like Warren Buffett, that's in his 80s or 90s, that can still make a ton of money. Bill Gates can still make computers. But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me, in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions.
He then went on to say these claims are just a harmful effort to damage his reputation and break down everything he has built over time. He insisted that he has always been open in his business matters and his records can be checked. He also added that he is not only a boxer, but also a businessman who has created a brand based on hard work, focus, and success, and he will not allow false accusations to ruin what he has worked for.
It wasn't what you thought it was.
He blew through it and wasn't making as much as
they're claiming he was doing 100 million a fight, and I'm claiming for you he in his whole career has made about 100 million. There's a very
wow. You made 8.8 in one night.
Yeah.
And you're a great fighter, but I'm looking at Floyd and I'm like, you know, Floyd had this long career. I could imagine him making more than 100 million.
Floyd is a household name.
Yeah. Yeah, I know people say that. I understand that. Nah, Floyd was not Muhammad Ali, and Floyd wasn't Mike Tyson.
Like 8.8.
This is what he told me one day. We took a walk. We was in New York. We was taking a walk. He said, "You see that building right there?" He said, "Yeah." We said, "We own that. You see this building? We own it." So we was walking and walking. Then he said, "You know, a boxer makes money when he boxing. A football player makes money when he playing football. Basketball player makes money when he playing basketball." He said, "But New York real estate, you make money when you sleep." Some of the biggest artists, and you wouldn't even know, because my name don't have to be on everything.
I have to be the marquee.
Yeah, because sometimes if you put your name on certain things, you got people that's gonna be jealous. So sometimes I was like, I don't have to have my name on it to collect the check. So
he then made an Instagram post where he showed a news report supporting his ownership of the property and added a caption explaining that people are quick to doubt success when they believe athletes are not supposed to win in that way, and they expect them to end up broke instead of building wealth. And he said he is changing that mindset with his own money, his own thinking, and his own decisions, and if that bothers anyone, then it says more about them than him. He also said that many people question the truth behind strong financial moves instead of appreciating personal growth, and he added that doubt is often driven by racism, envy, and old stereotypes, but he refused to follow that path and explained that he studied, invested, and worked hard to build a lasting legacy whether people accept it or not, and he finished by saying that people should respect the hustle instead of trying to question it.
run out and try to catch him. But it was this incredible moment where I saw Floyd, because I hear Floyd and $100 million. Like, man, let me tell you for sure. He fought Sean Mitchell for $4 million. I was there when he got the paycheck. These numbers you're hearing just aren't true. They're just not true.
Wow.
Wait, you don't think that Floyd got the 100?
No, it's simply not true. No,
But don't you think it was a different? I didn't
The
hear
Sean
about.
Bay fight is such a small.
No report has shown him to have gotten any of those properties. Hence, he was most likely paid as an ambassador to act like he owns the estate, so he could help them get enough buyers and rentals as they plan to sell them off. Still, the boxer who regularly flaunts his wealth defended himself on social media on Monday, saying his empire is rock solid and the IRS just wants to be part of the money may show in Nevada.
So, which is no state tax. So basically, all you have to do is give them that 33%.
Yeah.
Skip, I get it, and I get the fact like all they're gonna do is waste my money anyway. But that's not the way you do it.
That is not allowed.
We saw other greats. Joe Louis.
He even showed a fake tax receipt on his social media recently just to mislead the public. Mayweather's nickname money reflects his dominance in boxing and his skill in earning huge wealth through fights and business deals. However, Floyd Mayweather has also publicly shared that he paid an 8-figure amount in taxes over the past year on social media.
These 4 special time pieces right here come as a package. Forbes just done a crazy story on the Hue collection. I need you guys to go check it out. Now, when I travel, I like to take 7 watches, 7 Ivy & Co watches. Now, I know in the past, I talked about 30 watches, 40 watches, but now it's all about the Hue collection and these 3 watches. Ivy & Co, Let's Go, the Hue collection.
Mayweather is known as one of the richest sports figures in history thanks to his major success in boxing, which brought him massive fight earnings and led to his nickname money. Although he has retired from professional boxing, he has still returned for several exhibition bouts and has also built a business portfolio along with owning multiple properties. Reports from December also suggested that an agreement was reached for a rematch, with Manny Pacquiao in a 2024 exhibition fight expected to take place in Japan as both fighters look to renew their rivalry later this year.
Well, and not to mention that could be proven, right? You just take the camera. You don't have to tell the audience it's sold out. Just take the camera and show us if it's sold out. I mean, it's as simple as doing that. Can I tell you one that's interesting? Floyd Mayweather, just before he came Floyd, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, in fact, at the time. The year was 2005. Portland, my hometown, and he fought Sean Mitchell, who's a former world champion. So they fought
the tassel shorts.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Good memory, by the way. Gooseman promoted that, and it was
Mayweather, however, has been very active on social media, showing how much he earns by posting a photo of his tax payment, along with a bold caption, "Just before I paid that small amount for the Super Bowl one, had to pay the IRS, also known as Uncle Sam $18 million. He wrote on Instagram saying, "This is what I owed in taxes while I am retired, so just imagine what I was paying when I was active." Mayweather also said back in 2017, after the controversy around some documents, that he had already handled his tax matters and added that he was not worried about it, and even mentioned that he once showed a $100 million check that he did not cash on stage, referring to his fight against Pacquiao.
What? Cut a $100 million check to the IRS. Yeah. Give him $100 million. Now, if someone in this camp introduced him to someone that knew the game and that could save him money, he would look at that as a business move.
So they are not worried about that, and his tax attorney did not immediately respond to a request for comment. It is not clear whether the Internal Revenue Service has tried to hold back any of Mayweather's fight purse from his bout against McGregor, and the agency usually does not comment on individual cases.
But then he has security. Well, if it don't work, at least got the money to pay him off. So I think it's a low risk, high reward for him. So I think in that situation, people with money like Mayweather, they'd be like, I'll try it out.
The appeals process may be giving Mayweather time to gather his earnings from the August fight, and he is likely using that money to settle his payments with the Internal Revenue Service. Kyler, a former senior IRS revenue agent, explained that tax judges only travel to Las Vegas once or twice a year, which can force taxpayers to wait between 6 months and a year for their cases to be heard. The tax issue from 2015 is only one of several tax liens the IRS has filed against Mayweather over the past decade. This is not the case for many of his former opponents, including Conor McGregor, who has not been reported to have similar financial issues in recent years, and is said to be debt-free in the United States, where he has competed. Mayweather is often remembered in 2 phases of his career: the Pretty Boy era and the Money Mayweather era.
I'm disappointed. I really am disappointed. The thing is that Floyd is what they call an independent contractor. And what happens is that when you become an independent contractor, Skip, if you make $230 million, they give you 2 checks, or a check for $230.
These two eras are very different from each other in almost every way. The first is known for a style built on dominance, aggression, and knockout power, while the second is known for high boxing intelligence, sharp skills, and strong defensive ability. Another major difference is the level of money earned in each phase. Pretty Boy earned solid income while signed with Top Rank, but in the Money Mayweather era, he went on to make hundreds of millions of dollars because of this. Some people describe Pretty Boy as more disciplined and compliant with taxes, while they criticize Money Mayweather as someone linked with tax issues and disputes. However, when it comes to the exact point, his earnings skyrocketed and his career reached its peak. Even Floyd Mayweather himself was not in the best position to clearly explain the full story.
That he would have taken this fight anyway. It's hard to turn down $200-300 million, Skip. But it looks to me that a major driving force between him, because I always thought it was Conor that wanted the fight. He wanted the big payday.
Yep.
But deep down, Floyd needed this payday because he got to settle a score. And let me tell you how
Though 5-division champion Floyd Mayweather has appeared many times in the boxing ring during his career, it was not his boxing journey that first brought him into the Money Mayweather era. Instead, on March 30th, 2008, he shocked the wrestling world when he stepped into WWE and faced the 7-foot-tall Paul White, also known as The Big Show. This happened after Mayweather defeated Ricky Hatton during a short retirement period. When he moved into WWE at WrestleMania 24, Mayweather had a major confrontation with The Big Show, one of the biggest athletes in the company, and during that moment Mayweather landed a punch that broke Big Show's nose.
Experience?
I have experience with them, okay? Experience. What they like to do, if you owe them, they're not going to send you a letter right away. They like that thing to occur. They like to get that interest on that thing. That's 7-8%. Because they don't. Because see, Skip, they know like, oh, he can pay it right now. No, he forgot. Let's see if he can get it again the next year.
This set up their match, which Mayweather went on to win while keeping his undefeated record. According to a report from TalkSport, Mayweather said he earned $20 million for the fight 17 years later. Triple H, also known as Paul Michael Levesque, appeared on the Flagrant podcast with Andrew Schultz, where he shared an unexpected story about Floyd Mayweather. The wrestler said he helped train Mayweather for the match and also explained how the Money Mayweather persona may have started. He said Mayweather was a big WWE fan growing up, and that is where the idea of Money Mayweather came from. During their talks, Mayweather felt that the Pretty Boy Floyd image could only go so far. Triple H added that while you can argue about who is the greatest boxer, the bigger question is who draws the biggest box office and how to create a character that sells, which led to building a stronger persona for entertainment and business success.
How was he in training? Was
awesome.
he, and he was like, good listener, and he was down to do whatever went through?
I say this all the time. He would show up with like this massive entourage, everybody hooting and hollering and just crazy and all that stuff. And we'd talk for a little bit, and then he'd be like, all right, you want to get down to work? And I'd be like, yeah. And he'd whistle or something, and he'd be like, all right, business.
The 55-year-old then added that Mayweather, inspired by WWE, went on to build his Money Mayweather persona. He created the character, and then used it through HBO 24/7 as a way to promote and sell that image. Interestingly, Pretty Boy Floyd was known for being less of a showman and more focused on pure in-ring performance, while Money Mayweather became a much bigger-than-life personality, embracing controversy, fame, and wealth to turn himself into a global star. That said, Levesque was not the only one to speak about the famous WrestleMania 24 segment. According to TalkSport, WWE legend Paul White also shared that he asked Floyd Mayweather to actually break his nose during their 2008 confrontation. White said he told Floyd to go ahead and do it, but then run because he was serious and might react strongly. The moment became real when Mayweather ended up breaking White's nose during the No Way Out event.
Everybody out, and everybody would stop talking. Anybody that stayed would stop talking. Everybody else would get out of the room, and he was like a laser focus.
Wow.
Like the first time we trained together, we did like 2 hours or whatever, and then I had to go on the road, and then I came back, I think, to like Vegas or something, and we get same thing.
There was only about 15 or 20 seconds where I was a little out of my mind, White admitted, and added that Shane McMahon was the only one who came over because Shane has more courage than most people. White also praised Mayweather for his professionalism, saying he is a true showman who understands how entertainment works. The encounter, which lasted just under 12 minutes, is still remembered as one of WWE's most iconic crossover moments. That said, it seems WWE played a role in shaping Mayweather's shift from Pretty Boy to Money Mayweather, and it clearly paid off for the 5-division champion, who went on to become one of the richest boxers in history, while remaining undefeated. Rapper 50 Cent has often spoken about his friendship with Floyd Mayweather, who is now a businessman, and like most relationships, they have also had their share of disagreements, even though Mayweather retired undefeated in 2017.
When you gonna give me the money? Because you had already invested. Right, like when you give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail. Right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he going to say he wants to, you know, to...
However, there have also been moments of support between them, including when he was present during Mayweather's 2012 prison situation related to a domestic violence case. But today financial matters have kept them apart. However, even with their differences, 50 Cent has not allowed the claims and accusations to go unanswered, especially those suggesting that Mayweather is bankrupt after poor real estate investments, while those rumors remain unconfirmed and his financial situation is not fully clear. It is also said that 50 Cent still owes a large debt to Mayweather, which is believed to be around $2 million, and this is often mentioned as a key reason behind their ongoing conflict.
Between 50 Cent and Mayweather.
Yeah.
This looked like a friendship that was going to last a lifetime. What the hell happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
Well, he changed his mind.
Now, what do you mean he changed his mind?
Like, as he was actually going in to jail,
Yet he recently came out to defend him from the attacks, lies, and speculation in a video talking about Mayweather's alleged financial problems. 50 Cent said, "They are talking bad about Champ. Even though we have issues, he is still my brother." He also added that unlike others around the boxer, he has never relied on Mayweather's money and believes that gives him a stronger position in the situation. He said the distance between them grew because he does not depend on him, while Mayweather used to tolerate people who were dependent on him. Mayweather's claimed real estate holdings were once mentioned by him in an interview with Jimmy Fallon, where he said he owns over 100 buildings, mostly in New York, but 50 Cent later mocked this statement, suggesting that it was not true.